I'm Daniel.
I'm Jay-Z.
This is Just My DIY.
Fall is coming and the leaves are starting to turn, which means it's time for our first fall DIY.
So we picked up some color changing vinyl and some design elements from Creative Fabrica.
And put them on our favorite glassware. So in this tutorial, we'll show you how easy and fun this is to do, as well as give you a tip and some information about vinyl on glass if you stick around to the end.
So let's get our autumn on.
Let's do it.
So here it is, directly as it came from Amazon, our color changing vinyl.
And then we go into Design Space. Again, these graphics are from Creative Fabrica. We'll link the packages we bought down below. And we're going to go ahead and send them to the mat. And you'll see, because we have 4 colors, it's giving us 4 mats, but we don't want to prepare 4 mats. So we're going to move the graphics from the 3rd and 4th mat to the first one. And you do that by clicking on the little 3 dots, clicking Move Object, and selecting the mat where you want it to go. Now, it is important when you're mixing colors on a mat that you know exactly where they are. So we're going to put these in some pretty easy to find places on the mat. And then we're going to go to that green mat, grab those leaves, and move them to the first one as well. Unfortunately, you do have to do this one by one, but it's better than preparing 4 mats. Going to move those down to the 5-inch line. And now that we know exactly how much vinyl we need for each leaf and the pumpkins, we're going to go and cut the vinyl. The setting that we use to cut this is actually premium vinyl. We haven't cut this before, so that was our best guess, and we'll show you how that worked.
We're going to cut our different shades of color changing vinyl into the various shapes that we need to match the design that she set up. And it is important to note that there is a thin layer of plastic film over the top of this, which will need to be peeled before the application to the Cricut mat.
We decided to cut and then peel the film so we could leave the film on the large sheets to protect it in the box.
And make sure you know you're putting what where on your Cricut mat so that it matches the colors of the leaves that you had arranged on the Design Space.
It was kind of hard to determine which sheet was which color, so we just used an ice pack on them to activate the color on the vinyl, and that's how we knew which one was truly which. So we put it in the Cricut and clicked that C button. One tip we always give people, no matter what you're cutting on your Cricut, is to always check your cut before you eject your mat. You're going to see us do that here, and that's because if you eject your mat, you can't recut it in the same exact spot. So we get our weeding tool out, pull up a corner on that bottom piece and see that it actually did not cut all the way through. So because we didn't eject the mat, we're able to hit the C button again, and it's going to cut in the exact same spot again. So this is just a second round of all the cuts. That worked. And now we're going to load up the orange mat or orange vinyl on a standard grip mat and get to weeding. Because we checked our cuts, this is a really easy process, just pulls right away. Also note that we like to weed on the mat. We just find that this makes it a lot easier because everything's still stuck down and you get a nice pull. Look at that nice clean cut.
So we're going to clean the surfaces of our jars with alcohol, and then try not to touch it afterwards. Oh, there we go.
Most of these we can just peel up like stickers. We don't need the transfer tape on most of the leaves. So we just apply them to the glass, trying to vary the direction and the colors and the shapes as much as possible. With a few of the leaves, we do need transfer tape, so we're going to cut a small piece, lay it on top, press it down, and peel that up. Now, one thing to note about transfer tape is that you can reuse it. If you're using it once and throwing it away, you are wasting material. So make sure you reuse your transfer tape. In fact, we used that one square of transfer tape for everything, the leaves and the pumpkins on both glasses, and never had to use another piece.
So once she had the basic layout, I went ahead and massaged as many of the air bubbles out as possible, trying to make sure that they were strongly adhered to our jars.
And now you can see how it looks before it's activated. We love how this looks like etched glass before you pour cold water in it.
And this is real time, so you can see this is actually how quickly the color change happens, just like fall.
Look at how bright they are.
The cold comes in, the leaves change colors.
That is just like fall. We love how these turned out, and the color stays as long as the glass is cold, and these mason jars hold the cold temperature fairly well. If you enjoyed this and found some value in it and would like to support our channel, don't forget to click that thanks button below. That will enable you to tip us and help us create more awesome videos in the future. If you've watched this far, then we owe you some tips and information about putting vinyl on glassware.
So here it is. Permanent vinyl isn't permanent. The fact that you use it will make it peel off eventually. However, to make it last longer, don't put it in the dishwasher. Just consider hand washing and letting them dry.
There are sealers that you can put over vinyl on glass. We don't do that because the dishwasher safe Mod Podge tends to leave brush strokes on the glass, and we're just not a fan in general of putting resin on drinkware. So consider this a seasonal project. Once our pumpkins and leaves start peeling, we'll put some flowers on it for spring.
If you like this project, then click that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, leave us a good comment, and of course check out the things we needed to do this down below.
All of our social handles are listed in the description. Please connect with us there. We'd love to hear from you, as well as please check out our blog at justmydiy.com. Thanks for watching.